can clap.
I
Hi,
can see that.
listeners.
Hi, listeners. Hi,
Hi,
Ryan.
viewers.
And viewers. Like, it's always been more of a show than it's been a podcast.
Let's go. Well, yeah, but like people, podcasts are podcasts. This is how they all are.
You've always, I've always thought you focused way too much on the visual aspect of things. But, like, that's the fun part.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what most people here are for, besides Elijah. Speaking of, I want to call all those people out.
All of them?
Yeah, there's Alex, there's Eric, there's Aqua, there's Elijah, there's Max, there's you, because you watch, I don't.
I barely watch this podcast.
Well, it's better than me. I contracted you to watch the podcast for me, if you recall.
I haven't watched, like, the last 3 episodes. Well, no. Okay, I did have to rewatch the episode about the Game Awards.
Right, yes, you did. Technically.
Alright, we kind of just got into it. What's this episode about?
Us!
Yeah.
This is about us. This is us. We're the episode.
This is starting topic in review. Because this is the end of Season 1, as you described it?
End of Season 1. What does Season 1 mean, you ask?
It means the end of this year.
Yeah, basically. They have season stuff on Spotify, and I was like, I'll just make that the end of the year. And next week, Cam will be closed, so we will have nowhere to go. We're not going to record. We're going to be doing family stuff separately. We're not a family.
Also, we should explain this.
This?
This.
I mean, this is pretty much standard, isn't it? This is what we do every episode.
No, we don't normally wear this kind of stuff every episode.
People see the award we won? They can.
They can see
top.
that it's up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Here, bring it down, put it up in front of the camera. Except we can't because there's this digitally imposed screen in the way.
It's definitely not going to
Look, we have a certificate. That means we're important.
Go up. So this week, the place we record at, CAM, Community Access Media in Erie, where we live, don't come by.
Unless you're Jake, you're allowed to visit anytime.
Yeah, Jake, we have to actually clarify that to them so that they know that when a random man comes in here, it's our friend.
If he's super tall, has a ponytail, that's him.
We have been here for like not the whole year. I think like 6 months only.
7 months, according to that episode.
So over the last 7 months, we've come here like pretty much every week, unless they've been busy, to record an episode. And as a result of that, we got an award, New Producer of the Year, with Brian G and Benjamin D. That's us. I figured our last names are not important. We got an award. We got these cool swag. We got the swag.
This is the first time, and actually, I'll probably wear the hat a little bit more, but I doubt I'm ever going to wear the shirt.
I got ink on mine. I don't think it's going to be clear on camera at all, but I got ink all over mine because I accidentally had a pen in the ink in the washer.
So I used to take a lot of art classes growing up, and like immediately when I saw you, I'm like, you're wearing a big art shirt. Like this is exactly what a big white shirt is for. It's to wear when you are painting because you get shit all over yourself.
My plan is to tie-dye it so that I can do that. There was a whole ceremony. It was a potluck. Unfortunately, Ben was unable to come.
Nah, I ran into the weather really hard.
I showed up. I brought my famous hot dogs, which I'll try to remember to have on screen right now. A little picture of them because they look great. And then I won a bunch of other stuff because they had like a raffle. So I won a $25 Amazon gift card and more of this. Actually, they only gave us one hat for the two of us for some reason.
Oh?
And I won another hat and another shirt as a result of the raffle, which is why I was able to give you a hat.
Nice.
It was fun. I also won a battery and an SD card.
That's pretty cool.
It's just stuff, not like a AA battery.
A single AA battery?
I think it was a pack. It was like a pack of like 6, I think.
Okay. It would be really funny if they just gave you one battery. Not even in a package. It's just like, here it is.
I should recommend that for next year. But it was a good time. And we won an award, and we're so great. And now the fact that we won an award is going to go to our heads, and we're going to become egotistical monsters. Hope you don't mind.
No, I've already decided I'm going to quit the podcast and start my solo career.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to go into music?
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm solo podcasting, obviously.
Solo pod. Yeah, that went great for us.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I mean, I know we sidetracked immediately, and Alex will be upset, but that's not the starting topic. Well, that is the starting topic, is us.
Starting topic is us. We can talk about whatever the fuck we want. Alex can, shove it.
No, he cannot shove it.
He gives me so much commentary on these podcasts, some of the shit. So, like, okay, he was asking why some episodes were, like, much longer than others and why some were much shorter. I'm like, dude, we always allot the same amount of time to record. we always end when we run out of time. But the reason why some episodes are longer than others is because that's how long it takes for us to get the freaking audio set up.
Sometimes, yeah. Or sometimes we're just talking for longer. Sometimes we just are able to get it up quickly, and then we have more to say.
Yeah, sometimes we just start talking and we'd be like, oh no, we have to stop talking and start recording this because this would actually be good podcast content.
Yeah. But for our final episode of this season, our plan is to go over all of the episodes on the YouTube channel.
All of them? I don't think I have to say everything. I don't think I have something to say about every episode we've done.
Well, again, we don't have to go over every single thing. We can just sort of do a touch.
Oh my god, UFO 50 was episode 2.
It sure was episode 2. That was your favorite thing 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking for the first episode, we should talk about how to get Portal still alive for free on Xbox.
Has anyone actually explored this channel and, like, clicked on that?
I have no idea.
It's got the most views of anything on the channel. It's got
sure
12K views.
So, 13 years ago, the way that this YouTube channel started was a different thing. It was called Nag Reviews, which stood for Nathan, Aiden, and then Gigger, which is my nickname, which was revealed in the Lost episode. It still is my nickname. That's what people call me. You can call me Gigs. That's a little bit more appropriate, I feel. Back in the day, we wanted to make a YouTube channel about gaming because that was the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, that's never been done before.
So we figured out, or not we, Nathan figured out how to get Portal still alive on the Xbox for free if you played the demo. You can get the demo, and they download the whole game when they do that. And then you can hack away into getting to the next part of the game, and as long as you don't die, you'll have the whole game.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And we sat down, we recorded his television in his house, and our friend Gabe, who was not involved directly with the podcast, hilariously, or not the podcast, the channel, is the one who voices it, and that's why that exists. And I was like, well, this channel has some views on it. Maybe I should use this channel instead of making a brand new one, and that might benefit us in some way.
I don't think it works that way.
I have no idea.
The algorithm is a mysterious thing, and it's not something I plan on ever trying to figure out.
No, we're far too small for that.
I strongly agree with the YouTuber Super Eye Patch Wolf. He did a video about like trying to chase that algorithm, and it's like, just make whatever you want, and if you get lucky, you get lucky.
Yep.
But that's it. It's just getting lucky, you know?
Well, I think it's a mix of getting lucky and consistency. Because that's the other thing, is if you can upload, if people can find you regularly, if a new thing should show up on their recommended every week, and it is new, I think that'll be a big help for a lot of people. That's like the main recommendation for people on Twitch, is if you want to be big on Twitch, you just have to actually stream like 8 hours a day, every day, for as many days as you can in a row.
See, that makes more sense for Twitch, because Twitch is a live stream, you know?
Yeah.
You have to tune in as it's happening, meaning you need to know a schedule. Whereas, like, YouTube, it's a collection of videos. You should be able to just look up someone's library of videos at any time.
Yeah, but the two things, because there's obviously two roads to this. There's either the way you do it with, like, the Spiffing Brit, for example. He puts out, like, a video, I think, every other week. It's either every week or every 2 weeks, and it's the same quality of video. It's pretty good, and I don't know if you've seen his stuff. He breaks a video game, it's fine. Or you have the Nakey Jakey method, which is you make a really long video once maybe a year or two, once or twice a year, and that will either break the internet or won't.
Yeah, right. It's funny you brought up Nakey Jakey, because I watched, I think his last video, latest video.
Oh, his latest video, yes.
His latest video, I meant, not his last. And, yeah, it was just... I guess I'm gonna rewatch a bunch of old Nakey Jakey videos now. I'm like, oh yeah, I never watched this video about Starfield.
Can I call out Nakey Jakey a little bit?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
So I love his channel. I love like every episode. I've seen almost every single thing he's put out. I don't know if I've seen the Stardew Valley video, but I probably did at the time. His video before last, his CS:GO one, I hated that video.
Oh yeah.
You want to know why?
No, why?
Because it was just a Road to Masters video. Do you know what those are?
No, I don't know what that is.
So in Overwatch, which is the way that I was exposed to this content, there's the ranks, and you'd start at bronze or whatever, and then you'd go up to Masters is the highest possible rank.
Oh, so it's like a travelogue, but it's their
yeah, it's just them playing CS:GO.
And doesn't he usually have like
Yes.
more content than that though?
It's usually much more like cerebral and interesting, and that video sucked. Every other video of his is great, including the one that you just were talking about that you watched. I thought it was a really good episode, or not episode, but what I keep thinking in the context of a podcast. It was a really good video.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, like the bit about Silk Song, but that video in particular was the only one I'd say was bad.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was a Silk Song video because it wasn't titled. It didn't have anything to do with Silk Song in the title or thumbnail.
It didn't. I think he changed the thumbnail.
That makes sense.
Okay, well that was I can't believe
waffling about random stuff.
I can't believe you got so much about how to get portals to life for free. So let's talk about Sinners.
That was our first episode. That kind of blows my mind actually, because we don't talk much about movies.
No, we don't.
Besides the movie episode.
Well, we watched Sinners like right before we started the podcast. And we're like, that was fucking awesome because it was awesome. It was a great movie, and we really should rewatch that again. That movie, I should clarify.
So pretty soon we're probably going to be changing our recording schedule. Maybe we'll start talking about the Friday movie night.
Oh yeah,
we watched Die Hard last week.
We watched Die Hard. I was like, for me, it was basically like getting every reference
from Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
from The Simpsons, from Family Guy, from everything, because everything references Die Hard. It's like one of the most quoted movies of all time.
So, like, what I kept on thinking about Die Hard as I was watching it that time was that when it came out, it was considered, like, it was meant to be a bit of a parody of action movies.
Yeah.
It was like, this is way over the top, this is completely ridiculous. And that's a lot of how people talked about it at the time. It's like, this is the most silly, over-the-top action movie of all time.
That's fucking insane.
But the week before that, we watched Shoot 'Em Up. And you can see how much time passes and how what we consider completely fucking ridiculous, how that changes.
That's crazy, because I feel like Die Hard created the action genre, like, or at least redefined it.
It did. That's the thing. It made the action genre that much more silly.
That's great.
And then it just kept on getting more ridiculous from there.
Yeah, we talk about Sinners. I don't know what else we talk about. I'm only going to go by the titles of these.
Yeah, I don't... What are we going to do? Like, skip through the videos?
Fuck
we don't
that.
have transcripts or anything.
Actually, we do. I don't know if you know this. This is a thing that YouTube does. I don't know if it'll show up here.
Oh, the auto transcript thing?
But they have that. That's a thing. I don't know how
sometimes
I got it.
I open it by accident sometimes, and I can never figure out how I did that.
I have no idea how I was able to do it.
I hate YouTube. I don't want to get into this. So episode 2 was our UFO 50 episode because
our famous UFO 50 episode.
You say famous, it's got 20 whole views. Almost
21.
Less than half the number of views of our first episode. We dropped off hard, dude.
We'll wait till we get to the third.
Oh no.
So we talked about UFO 50 for the first time, and then you declared, I think in that episode, I don't think it was in Sinners, that you wanted to do your UFO 50 tier list every episode. And that went great.
I finished it, damn it. I finished the tier list.
You finished it despite us not being at 50 episodes. Miraculous. But it was it was fun. I remember it being a really good time because that got me to replay UFO 50, I believe, because I think you hadn't played it up until that point. I think that was you getting into the game, and it was a good game. Still is.
Yeah, still is. Still 50 good games.
Still is 50 good games.
Sorry, 49 in Combatants.
And there's also another game, like a hidden thing, isn't there?
Yeah, the ARG, but I don't want to get into that. That's spoiler territory. This is not a UFO 50 episode. This is a starting topic episode.
We're great. Manga.
Do you remember what mangas you even talked about in that episode?
I talked about Kobayashi's The Ultimate Exorcist. I talked about Witch Hat Atelier. It's the weirdest pronounced word I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And then I think there was a third that I don't remember. It might have been Undercover Shinobi.
I mean, this was 6 months ago. I'm pretty impressed that you were able to do that.
I was... So like, you know how sometimes you remember stuff and it just like basically appears in your brain and you're like, oh, I do remember that. That's what just happened to me. Like, I don't know how, if you would ask me like out of sight of this context what we talked about in that episode, I don't think I'd be able to tell you, but because you just asked me here and now and I'm looking at it, I remembered all of it.
Okay, so the next episode after the manga one is called The Curse.
Yes.
Is that our cursed episode, or was that...
This is the episode where we talk about the curse.
Oh, yeah, because we lost a whole episode, didn't we?
I thought we lost 2, actually.
We go from episode 3 to episode 5.
Yeah, so what I think happened is that we lost our very first episode, which is our pilot episode, because we're supposed to start with 0. and that's where we introduce ourselves, and I tell you about my nickname. And then I'm also pretty sure we lost episode 4, which is why we skipped it, to the ether, because when we recorded it, it just didn't record.
Wow. That's tragic.
Because at the time, we didn't do mic tests, which we do now. Isn't it crazy how it's been like 6 months and we have this many stories on the first 4 episodes?
No, actually, I'm starting to think this is sounding really boring right now.
Steam
Let's
Next
move
Fest.
on. This is we're moving on to the Pac-Man era.
Yeah, no, what we can do, we can talk about the era, but we can just kind of skip through a lot of these because there's not much to talk about Steam Next Fest. But this is the era where I changed the thumbnails to look more like Pac-Man, and the original version of the music for the beginning was actually Pac-Man. Yeah, I sent it to Ben, and it was awesome, but I was afraid we'd get copyright claimed.
Yep.
Talk about... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I do want to thank you again, and I've mentioned it a bunch of times on the episode before, but Ryan is the one who does all of the technical stuff for this.
Yep.
He takes the episodes home, he does the editing himself, he makes the thumbnails and everything.
The editing?
Yeah, well, okay, sometimes you edit. Sometimes you cut out those blank spaces of noise. Sometimes you superimpose something on the screen. One time.
I always cut out the blank spaces of noise because we always start and end. But
the point is, you do stuff. I just show up and talk.
Your talent, bro. It's fine.
Right.
We've got to go into like the specifics of Donkey Kong Bonanza. It came out. It's probably pretty good. Stop Killing Games. We could talk about that. That was really big news at the time.
Well, okay, so that's still technically happening. It's just like... So when the Stop Killing Games movement, when we made that episode, it was because it looked like it was going to falter out, and then it got a public enemy face in the form of what's his name?
Pirate Software.
Pirate Software. Okay, and that is basically what revitalized it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And every once in a while, I'll see a meme about him, and I'll be like, just hating on him really fucking hard, and I'll feel a little bit bad because it's like,
yeah, it bothers me a lot what has happened with him because he's still doing stuff. He's still making content. It's fine. He's he's moved on. It's just I hate how much people have dogged on him for having a, to be fair, incorrect opinion. I'd argue.
Yeah, it was a bad take.
But like that's kind of all he had, and now everyone goes after like the fact that he worked at Blizzard.
Yeah, well,
it's like
so I don't watch his stuff. From what I understand, the meme is that he talks about working at Blizzard all the time. Is that true?
No, because he streams 12 hours a day, and when people ask him questions, even if they're repeats, he'll still answer them.
Yeah.
So people will ask him about Blizzard, he'll tell you about it.
Because he did work at Blizzard.
He did.
What, as QA tester?
I believe he was a QA. I can't remember the exact thing. But he there's like a video. There'll be like a long standing, like maybe 3-hour video of compilations of him talking about Blizzard, and it's like that is a lot of 3 hours, but that is over the course of like 12 months and 12-hour streams each day. Mm-hmm. That's the sort of shit that annoys the crap out of me, is that it's a lot of it is just misrepresenting him, which is I don't think fair. And I'm not even saying you have to like the guy. It's just like don't lie about what he says.
At a certain point, when it comes to like posting the memes and stuff, it's like, why do you direct so much energy towards just hating on someone?
I don't get it.
Like, you could spend, the time of your day doing something else. Just anything else. You could be having fun doing something,
I just can't imagine making a meme about hating on a guy for being a guy, and then being like, that is like 6 hours of my day.
I mean, I do want to state, I do disagree with his opinions on the Stop Killing Games movement.
I 100% disagree with it, and I don't know if we'll have to see what ends up happening. He may end up being right. I'm not going to say he is or isn't, but he may end up being correct the way that he assessed everything. But I don't want to like hate on him for life. It was stupid. Twilight Imperium.
We did talk about Twilight Imperium during the Pac-Man era.
It is like one of our favorite games of all time. We love it. Can't help but love it.
Can't help but love it?
I don't know. I'm just trying to fill time.
This is a very meandering episode for sure.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's been a rough year, damn it.
Oh, we could talk.
It is 2025, one of the worst years of my life, I think.
Really?
I think so, yeah. It's up there.
That sucks. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Well, it's, whatever. You have bad years, you have good years. They can't all be amazing. Podcast has been pretty good, though.
I don't think about, like, my life in context of years and bad and good. I just think about, like, whatever's happening at the moment.
Literally never did before this year. Now I can't stop.
I understand now. Okay. We don't really got, unless you want to talk about Summer Games Done Quick. Do you have anything to say about that?
Not in particular.
Yeah. Cosmic Encounter. I kind of want to talk about the weird change in studio that we do occasionally.
Yeah, because it turns out that every time you hover over a thumbnail, it's when we recorded in a different studio than we normally do.
Well, that's just because I know which ones we're doing.
For Elijah and our Spotify listeners, we usually record in, what is this called? The
five-person recording studio.
Yeah. And that's because it is a small table with 5 seats, and you can probably see in the footage now there's 3 colored microphones besides the 2 that we're using right now for the other people who could possibly record this podcast if we were to ever have that many guests.
Yeah. We like it because it's really easy and small, and it's kind of warm.
Yeah, the other podcast studio, which you see in some episodes, like the Cosmic Encounter episode,
and the Curse episode,
is huge in comparison. It's like this big table in an empty room.
It's a really big thing. It's got a lot of microphones on it. It's got 4, I believe. We only ever use it when we either need to because somebody has taken the slot for this time.
Yeah, they booked our usual slot.
Or because occasionally, because we might have to start doing this more actually, on Saturdays there's a church group that comes in and records in the studio next to ours, and they're very loud, and it's kind of fine, but also you can hear it. I feel like on the episode, but nobody's said anything to us personally. I don't know if Alex said anything to you.
We'll have to do a full-on recording with them, singing their choir in the background, and if it gets picked up by the microphone and someone brings it up, then we'll record somewhere else.
We did, but I don't know. Video essays. Oh yeah, I forgot we did an episode where we just talked about our favorite video essayists.
Okay, so that was one of my favorite episodes for us to record, because I don't know if you remember, but we didn't have anything to talk about that episode.
Did we ever?
No, well that's the thing. Before that episode, we tended to have a little bit more planned out ahead of time, and that was the one where it was like, okay, we've both got nothing, and I started talking about video essays, and it turned out we had a lot to say about video essays.
Yeah, because we both love them.
And then since then, we've done that a lot more.
Yeah. It's a good time. That's our original podcast was all about just waffling. That's what that is, really.
I mean, our podcast is still about waffling. It's just that we decided that we're going to name the episode after the first thing we talk about.
Yep, pretty much.
That's the distinction.
And that time we talk about video essayists. I think we talk about Dan Olson. I don't think that there's anyone else I can think of that I would add to that we haven't already talked about,
About specific video essays? I mean, I could always go on and on.
I
right now, so do you know Patrick H. Willems?
I think so.
He is a movie critic. Yeah, and he is, I think, my favorite movie essayist right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is saying something, because the movie essayists are always the good ones, The video game essayists tend to suck. The movie ones are better, much, much better. And my brother Alex, famous listener of the podcast, guest star on this, has been trying to get me to use Letterboxd.
Lately. Yeah.
He's like, you need to get on Letterboxd. You need to just start listing this down. You would have so much fun doing that. But the most intriguing thing about it was that apparently Patrick H. Willems is the most prolific Letterboxd user of all time.
Yeah, he's up there with Northern Lion, I think.
Oh, he is number one. He's reviewed every single movie he's ever seen, and he's got more reviews on the app than anybody else. And it is so fucking funny because if you're familiar with his content, he's just so goddamn obsessed with movies.
Yeah, the other one would be Northern Lion, I would imagine.
Northern Lion's got to be up there. I mean, Northern Lion he is a man who just enjoys many, many different things.
Yes, but
I can appreciate him for that.
He also really likes movies. Our first hater episode. This is a good one. I loved this episode.
So what I find funny, our hater episode, you made the new thumbnail with the wall and the bomb breaking, and that was our thing for a while. And then you swap back to the Pac-Man thing, because the idea was that thumbnail was only going to be for hater episodes, which were going to be a more regular thing.
Yep.
But you ended up just switching to the hater episode thumbnail after that, from that on.
Yeah, because the hater thumbnail looks better.
I mean, it does.
This is the problem. I don't know. I put the effort in, and I think it looks pretty good. And the starting topic one, this one just doesn't look that great. I mean, I like the idea, kinda, but it just doesn't work.
We kind of need to do another hater episode.
We kind of do, yeah.
The reason why we didn't do a hater episode for a really long time is because I kept on promising it to be the next one we brought Alex on board for.
Yeah.
But we eventually did that, and then we haven't done a hater episode since.
Maybe that'll be the beginning of next year.
beginning of next year. Season 1's gonna open with a hater episode.
We're gonna talk about We Hate You.
Season 2, I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
Episode 1 of Season 2.
S1E2, yeah. Starting topic, Double IG got Oh, that's me. I forgot about that.
My personal favorite episode.
Don't know how. I also love, I didn't realize this until I saw this thumbnail, that the microphone is in the camera. The other, I have two, so if you're listening on Spotify, Elijah, the episode where I did just me, it's only me on the thing, because Ben couldn't be here, and I was like, I'll do an episode by myself, and it's much shorter. I didn't realize that I put the camera I put a camera where Ben usually is, and where he sits, and in the camera I put the microphone. I didn't know I did that.
The big orange ball in the foreground, covering up the corner of the frame.
There wasn't a lot to talk about that episode because I was alone and I kind of faltered, but that was a thing that I did. I'd do it again. I do kind of want to do one with just you.
Just me?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it, but I don't think I can, I would actually have to write something.
Yep.
Because I cannot just rattle off. I've got to have, something scripted ahead of me to, just read off.
Mm-hmm.
And that would mean having to do work outside of the actual podcast, which I've done on occasion. I made some UFO 50 content. I made some Metroid content. I'm still working on that Super Metroid PowerPoint. I don't think it's ever going to get completed at this point because, my God, it is just I hate homework, man. I've always hated homework.
I try to think of it that way.
I don't know how else to put it, though. It's I do have, a bunch of, creative ideas and stuff.
Yeah, well, say this is you working on a creative idea. This is you trying. That's the way I try and do it, is I'm just going to try. I'm going to try my best, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It usually doesn't culminate in anything. I try to make video games. Every time I try, I'm like, this sucks. But if you just keep trying...
Have you made any video games, though?
Nope. I've started another programming course I found online.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's called boots.dev, I believe. The idea is that you are simultaneously creating, in the context of the course, you're creating a video game, a fantasy type, opening video game, like a RPG kind of thing, while also the background of what you're doing is a video game like that. It's really weird.
So it is a game about making a game.
Kind of,
gamify the tutorial. I mean, that's good. That's smart.
It's good. It is smart. It is just like a regular tutorial, but beyond that.
One topic that I find very interesting is just education and the psychology of learning and stuff. Do you know that you learn more effectively when your body is in motion?
I did not know that, no.
Yeah, it's just a random thing that I happened to learn, and I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense because you've got adrenaline chemicals going through your body, and when you have to pick up information and retain it, that's probably going to be more important in survival scenarios.
I was going to say, the thing that I would imagine that in, the context I would imagine that in, why that would work would be the more stuff that you're doing while you're remembering stuff, the more you can call on to remember that.
Maybe.
That'd be the thought that I have, but I don't know.
Like I said, it's a factoid that I've just been speculating on since I heard it, which is not a very effective way of learning more about a thing, but
Yeah. So we got Team Cherry and Silk Song. These kind of go hand in hand. I think is this the episode where we did the thing? Did our fun little joke at the beginning?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Let me see. Oh, it was the beginning of this joke. Remember this?
Oh, when you were playing the Steam Deck.
Yeah, and I didn't have it downloaded on the Steam Deck, so it didn't actually do anything.
That's another thing I had to reveal to Alex behind the scenes, is that our bits are usually made up on the spot right before recording.
Oh, yeah, every time.
None of this is planned out. It's oh, you think it would be funny if we did this?
Do you know what's hilarious is the one thing I did plan out is for our Halloween episode, which we have 2 of, because Max actually fixed the audio for us. I was planning on putting a little, one Halloween decoration. It was going to be a necklace I found for $5 at Walmart, and I forgot it in the car. I
mean, you brought the costume.
I did bring the costumes, or whatever I did. Yeah.
So have you been playing much Silk Song?
No, they just announced a DLC. I probably should finish it and then be able to play DLC, but I don't know if I'm gonna.
I just had the thought that, because I didn't think Silk Song was gonna get DLC. I figured it was out all that time. It was just gonna be a whole complete game. But then, boom, right there, DLC announced. So I guess they're gonna do the same thing they did with Hollow Knight and just have a bunch of free DLCs, or maybe they'll charge
I don't
people.
know.
I don't
Yeah,
care if they do.
I don't know. I would assume they would charge. I would hope, honestly.
But now I'm stuck in this scenario where it's like, well, maybe I should just wait for all the DLC to come out, because like when they do that, I tend to not play DLC because I lose focus.
I never play Dark Souls DLC.
Really?
Ever.
Yeah.
I never play them. I've probably talked about it, but I haven't played the Elden Ring one. It just doesn't happen for me. I can't do it. I don't know why.
Because you're not interested in the game right now. Your mind has moved on to something else, and it is not enough to bring you back. You know?
Yeah, dude, it never is. And every time I tell people that, they're like, "Dude, the best boss fights are in the DLC," and I'm like, I don't.
It usually is too, especially for FromSoft.
It's like, that's cool. They should have put that in the real game, maybe. I don't know.
So for Dark Souls 1, I had the PC version, which had the DLC included. I've never played Dark Souls 1 without the DLC. For Dark Souls 2, I eventually got the Scholar of the First Sin edition, which has all the DLC
and doesn't
included.
that change everything?
It does change everything, and that's the only version of the game I played. And I also want to point out, the DLC for Dark Souls 2 is so fucking good. Like, I actually thought that game was good for a while, and then I finished the DLC, and then I fought the final boss, and I'm like, oh yeah, this game's dog shit. I'm joking, Dark Souls 2 isn't that bad. I actually like Dark Souls 2.
The single best meme of all time is the Futurama Santa, the way too robotic one who's way too into naughty and nice.
Yeah.
And he goes, saying Dark Souls 2 is bad. Naughty! Saying Dark Souls 2 is peak. Exactly as naughty!
It is! You can't have a good opinion about Dark Souls 2.
I have tried to play it, and I can't get into it nearly as much as I can 3 or 1. I don't know why.
Because of the awful adaptability stat, I'm sure.
Somebody pointed out the movement in that one is worse in a lot of ways, and I'm like, I think that's just it.
It's just different.
Yeah.
But, so, Dark Souls 3, the DLC for that, it was so fucking hard to force myself to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And for a long time, I just left the Ring City DLC unfinished. Like, I didn't finish it. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about beating this final boss. I don't care about beating this dragon that's supposed to be the hardest boss in all of Dark Souls history. I don't care. And, like, I had a friend at the time who was, like, bugging me constantly about it, because I'm the one who got him into Souls games, you know? And he's like, well, we could, like, do you want to play this together? Do you want to, like, switch back and forth on controllers? Do you want to do multiplayer together? And it's like, I don't want to play Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood for it. I was super hyped for Dark Souls 3 when it came out. It was probably the most hyped I was for any FromSoft game, period.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was the only one I actually followed, the only one I actually, like, got excited for before played it the hell out of it when it came out. And when the DLC came out, I was like, I don't care anymore. I'm done.
Yeah, I finished it. I did it. I did everything. I don't want to do more. Going back, I can't go back to stuff unless I go back for the beginning. And then at that point, I'm like, every time I do that where I'm like, okay, I want to play like Ratchet and Clank 1, the original Ratchet and Clank, I'm going to go play that again. There's a fall off point where I'm like, oh, this is where it stopped being as fun for me, and my nostalgia stops fueling me, and I just stop playing.
I mean, where is that? Because I can do that with Dark Souls 1. That's after the Ornstein and the Smo fight. That's usually when I will stop my current replay.
If I'm going to play Dark Souls 1, it's probably either right after, it's either that or right before Zen's Fortress. Because I really didn't like Zen's Fortress, and honestly, it's really not that bad, especially nowadays. After I played 3 and 2, or not a little bit of 2 and everything.
Yeah,
but like,
and you played Elden Ring.
Yeah, I played Elden Ring, and I'm like, on that note, the Elden Ring DLC came out. Or not the Elden Ring DLC.
The Night Rain DLC.
The Night Rain DLC came out, and I tried playing that. I tried playing with my friends, and I did a terrible job.
I'm sorry.
I do not have the muscle memory anymore, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to redo this.
Funny you brought that up, because I was looking at Dota updates.
Yeah.
They recently announced a new hero that's like this big frog guy, and I'm like, oh, that guy looks charming as fuck. I love him. Because I love all the Dota characters. Like, I still legitimately love Dota, even though I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But the idea of going back to play it, it's like so much is so different. I don't have the same muscle memory I used to, and I have to relearn everything, and I have to unlearn a bunch of stuff, and that's the worst part, is unlearning stuff.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. That's one of the things that's stopping me from redoing stuff. We skipped over the 7-part pact, and I wanted to make sure we go back and talk about that a little bit.
We should. Let's keep talking about Silksong for a second, though.
Okay.
I'm still thinking about it. I'm thinking about going back to play it. That's why I brought up the DLC thing before we started waffling. Have you considered, like, actually beating it, or are you planning on it? Because this game is so fucking daunting.
I don't know. Like, I know I'm further than you by a lot. I'm at the point where, like in Hollow Knight 1, where it kind of resets. I'm at that point, and I just finished it. And the other problem with trying to play this game, because the other game of this was Nine Souls, which I also didn't finish.
Yeah.
Is when you stop playing these games and then you come back, you now have to learn how to play them again, and you do it at the end of like a thing.
Also, because a big part of the game is exploration, you have to relearn where you're at.
Yep.
And you might be in a zone that is significantly harder than what you want to when you're refreshing yourself on the controls, so you have to figure out how to get the fuck out of that zone.
I might just like force myself to do it at some point, because I do think it's a great game and I loved it. I loved Hollow Knight, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll feel the need. This is like a in my own brain a problem. I know. But
I know.
Like I don't know what to do about it.
It's that focus. Like
Yeah.
if you can't make yourself care.
Adderall.
Maybe.
I have thought about taking Adderall, but when I was a child, I took Ritalin one time, like because I had ADHD or whatever, and I have absolutely zero memory of the 2-week period of me being on Ritalin.
Yeah, you've told me that story. Well, back when I was like self-diagnosing myself with ADHD, and you told me that story.
Yep. Okay. Have I talked about it on the podcast?
No,
Yeah,
never
probably.
on the podcast before.
Yeah. So I just lost all memory of a 2-week period of my life when I was a kid, and it wasn't like a lot of people think, oh well, you're old now, you don't remember it. I don't remember. I remember not remembering it when I was that child.
Like you would
That's the thing I remember. It's not that I remember. Not that I don't remember it because I'm old. I remember the thought of I don't know what happened the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the thought of waking up.
You remember not remembering.
Exactly.
You remember the confusion. You remember that there was empty space.
It also happened when I was in the hospital for like I think a month when I was a kid. I don't even know why.
Jeez.
Yeah, they could have done anything to me. I have no fucking idea what happened at that period.
Have you ever followed up on the idea of having ADHD? I mean, you were diagnosed as a kid.
I mean, I probably do, but I
It doesn't seem to get in the way of your life.
not generally.
Like-
I mean, the only thing it does is stop me from focusing on stuff, and this main thing I stopped focusing on is video games. So
Yeah, right?
that's not a huge deal. I focus on my work just fine regularly, except on Mondays. Anything else to say about Silksong?
No. I mean, we'll probably end up talking about Silksong again because we do end up talking about Silksong again later on.
Yeah, and also the DLC is going to come out, and next year we're going to talk about it again.
I do like, okay, so you wanted to go back to the 7-part packed episode.
I do.
That is the one episode that has the original Pac-Man thumbnail.
Yep.
In the middle of the brick wall era. And that's also the one that we recorded. That was our first guest episode, was Alex.
I believe it was our first. Yes, it was our first guest episode because he was desperate to talk about 7-part pact.
And we didn't record it in the studio, recorded over Discord.
Because I believe the studio was closed.
And the way you handled, because me and Alex just used our cameras, but you didn't have a video camera. You didn't want to use your video camera. So instead you just put a picture of yourself. This is for Elijah, who can't see this thumbnail on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Put a picture of yourself, and because it was facing the one direction, you just turned it sideways so that it was facing up at me and Alex.
Yeah.
And that's the best part of the episode to me. It's just the visual.
So that was 3 months ago, and this was right before Halloween, which is probably one of the reasons I didn't start playing the 7-part pact until recently. And when we've actually played the game, and like we've had mixed feelings. I feel like we've had 3 sessions. And even in that short period of time, it's been sort of a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah. Very much. Like, our last session was definitely the best experience we've had with it so
100%. Part of it, I don't want to go into each individual thing about what's going on with it. All I know is that part of the reason we had a bad time was my fault.
It was also my fault.
Yes. It was our fault.
So out of the 7 of us, there was a couple of problem players, and I was one of them, and you were one of them.
Yes. But this time, like the most recent episode, I think we both kind of got better at what we're trying to do, get a better focus on it. And I think going forward, it's going to be pretty cool. I don't know. I will say the one thing that I still don't like about the 7-part pact that I think, because it's such a cool concept for a game, it's just so much to do when you're just a player. And I don't like that as much as like a DMing thing. Because as you pointed out when we talked about this privately, we're all DMs.
Yeah.
In the game. We're all the dungeon master.
We're all game masters. We're all referees, whatever your preferred term is.
And we all kind of have to put some effort in outside of the actual just playing of the game. And that makes it a little bit more difficult for me. Just because I have stuff to do.
And I also kind of want to add is that my experience as a game master, because a part of it that I enjoy is I almost never, like, work in someone else's space.
Yeah.
Like, Seven Part Pact is a really, really cool setting. It's a really, really cool game. It is very much a very carefully crafted idea coming from a single person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it is a really cool piece of art. But when I DM, I usually take, like, generic D&D clone stuff, just take the little bits of stuff that I like, and just make my own thing.
Yeah.
You know? It's a very much a DIY thing for me. And I don't have as much fun playing in someone else's world with someone else's stuff. Like, I like stealing certain ideas that I really like, but I want to, like, you know, do my own stuff. And from the player side of things, it's like, I can't just be a player. You can't just show up like I do for this podcast.
Yeah. You have to actually, like, you have to think about your board game, how that's going to affect everybody else, and you assume, like, when we were doing this episode, we kind of thought that we'd have to do less of that, but it really is, you need to focus on everything. It's still a good game so far, and it's still being made. It's like in early access, effectively.
Yeah.
So everything that we could potentially complain about could potentially get better.
I assume that in a few weeks, after we've really got some stuff under our belt, until we've really made some progress in it, we'll have like an episode devoted to just talking about our experience playing Seven Part Pact.
We'll probably have Alex on it, yeah.
So look forward to that, listeners.
Can't believe we skipped over it. But yeah, it's been cool so far, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to talk about this Nintendo Direct.
Nope.
Traveler. I do like the idea of Traveler. That's a thing we kind of want to do. We also kind of want to play a game at Traveler, but we can't do two things at the same time.
Low key, after the first session of Seven Part Pact, I'd be like, I kind of think I'd rather try playing Traveler over Discord instead of this over Discord.
I want to try both. So hopefully, after we get to a good stopping point with Seven Part Pact, or if I just fuck up being the Faustian and everyone dies, we can play that. That'd be sick. Tricks and Treats. I can't believe we didn't have him on for the Tricks and Treats episode.
So is the brick wall era is the RPG era?
Pretty much.
Say, because and Silksong. We just spent like 3 episodes talking about Silksong and 3 episodes talking about various RPGs we were thinking about and playing.
And then I was there.
And then you were there.
And then the last one we talked about Tricks and Treats. That was a good time. I didn't end up telling you about the last thing that we did on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we did 3 sessions of that. I never told you the last one because it was so much further out than the other ones. We were the fastest to finish that one Alex has ever seen.
Okay.
We did that entire thing in like 2 hours, I think. It was the high school episode, high school one, I believe you know.
Yes.
We did it in like 2 hours, and it was the same thing where, for some reason, Macy, Aiden's wife and my friend, she just can figure out the thing that Alex had planned instantaneously. She clocks it on the spot, and then we just do it, and we solve the problem.
I have so much fun hearing Alex talk about his ideas for these sessions, and like going into the playtest and then hearing about them after the fact from your perspective is so fucking interesting. Because I've talked about it before. We talked about it specifically on the Tricks and Treats episode that we're talking about. Alex will have like an idea of like what he wants you guys to kind of do, but he doesn't script it. He doesn't plan it. It's very, very sandboxy. It's very, very open world. He just has hints all over the place. And trying to come up with like things that we find in each of the rooms. It's like, okay, well, we got to have like a science class, right? It's like, yeah, well, the science class is where the caterpillar was, so that's going to be what you find there. Okay, well, what about a library? What do you find in a library that's interesting? It's like, I don't know, we got to come up with something for the library. It's like, maybe that's where the D&D kids hang out.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
There was an entire thing where we were just spitballing names for whatever the school musical was going to be. Because I personally found, and I don't know if that's what he finalized it on, I found Aaron Brockovich the musical as the funniest idea of all fucking time.
That is very funny.
I'd be like, for a high school production, that makes no fucking sense. I just love it.
That's your Animal Farm.
Oh my god. Why did you do that?
We didn't even like stay at the dance for more than like a few minutes when we played it, because the idea of that game is that you are in a high school dance on Halloween and everyone's stuck in the gymnasium. Also, the gymnasium is on the 2nd floor, the entire time we were playing it, I was like, what the what do you mean the 2nd floor? That's so weird.
I didn't think of that.
He really needs to make it so that that's on the first floor. There's a basement.
Yeah.
That would really solve that confusion.
Well, okay, so another thing is that Alex bases all of his, like, maps and ideas after, like, the real-world places and experiences.
Yes.
So, like, his town for the Trick and Treats map is just based on our hometown.
Yep.
That school was just based on his own high school.
Yep.
No, that high school did not have a gym on the second floor. It had it in the basement.
Is it in the basement?
Well, okay, so it's on a hill, so most people enter the school from the first floor, but technically, the other side of it is also on the first floor because it's sloped.
Underneath, technically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, that was that. Gaming news. We're not gonna talk about gaming news. What the fuck?
Our next era is let's just skip thumbnails and just have a screenshot of us.
It's the Joe Rogan era.
I mean, that is the best option for, like, you know, getting people to give a shit because they see the humans behind it.
I remember telling you that I was like, I just started doing this because I do a lot of this stuff without really telling you about it. I remember telling you that I was really pissed off that after we changed to this, we got 124 views.
Yeah, we just immediately got more views.
And I was like, that's very annoying.
But it's also giving you the opportunity to do more bits and gags with the thumbnails.
Which we have not done at all.
What are you talking about? There's one of us pointing at the camera.
Yeah, but, like, that's it pretty much in this one.
There's the one where you're yelling at me, and we're like, okay, I think it would be really funny if the thumbnail was, like, me, like, screaming at you and you, like, recoiling, and it's like, there's no explanation for that in the episode at all.
Nope. Nobody's ever even said anything. But yeah, we do that. We have our second hater episode where we talk about stuff we hate. I can't remember what we talked about in that one. I don't think I talked about, like, anything.
No, we let Alex talk about an RPG. He talked about the cartoon RPG.
Okay, yeah.
The one that he hates.
Yes, because it's just D&D, and there's no cartoonness to it at all.
And there's, like, a weird combat focus for some reason.
Let me talk about Absalom, which this is what got me to play Absalom. Thank you. Great game. Loved it. We did our famous, our world-renowned RPG Maker episode.
I mean, it's not our least viewed episode.
No, but it's definitely one of our least, I think, liked, just because this is the one where your audio is particularly terrible, which is pretty standard for us, is our audio not being great. But we completely forgot to change your microphone in vMix, which is their recording studio software, and you just don't sound like anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we did our movie roundup. This is our movie roundup. Okay.
So we've watched 2 movies since then.
Yes.
We've watched way more than 2 movies.
I was going to say, isn't it more than 2?
I was going to say, it's like at least 6 episodes back, so definitely more than 2. But I can't remember. Can you name 6 movies?
Mad God.
We did watch Mad God.
We watched Mad God.
Mad God was very weird.
Did we watch an Aqua movie? It was, no, that was actually either that week or the week before when we watched, The Fall. Which we really liked.
We did talk about The Fall on the podcast, though, didn't we?
I believe we did. I think I can't remember if it happened to be right before this week or is it this week. But we definitely did talk about it. We definitely watched it. That was that area. I can't remember any of the movies we watched. I think, and I would have had to have picked one of the movies.
Shoot 'em Up. That was last week. Well, no,
2
last
weeks ago. Die Hard.
Die Hard, Shoot 'em Up.
We watched. Oh my God, we watched Trainspotting.
Trainspotting.
I can't.
You want to talk a little bit about Trainspotting on the podcast 100%. Right now? Trainspotting is such a good fucking movie.
Dude, it's so good. It's like, I always knew, I've heard about it for years, because my stepdad loves Trainspotting. It's one of his favorite movies. And he had the book, because if you don't know about Trainspotting, viewers, listeners, it is a movie about drug use, about getting into, is it meth? Heroin. About heroin addicts and, like, the psyche of a heroin addict, effectively. What it's like to be one, what it's like to go through withdrawals and everything. And it's set in Scotland, which apparently at the time had a huge heroin epidemic. I believe at the time the book was made. I don't know if it was at the time of the movie. And because it's set in Scotland, they have a book that they give you if you're an English viewer, which tells you all of the slang they use because you don't know what it means.
Oh my God. We just had to watch it with subtitles because some of their accents are so hard to understand.
Yes. Yeah.
Begbie in particular.
And when I was watching it, I was going through it and I was like, oh, I don't know how I've done this, but I know all of these slang terms. I know what gear is in the context of this. I know all of it. I don't know how I did that. I don't do heroin.
So, okay, so this movie was originally shown to me by our former producer, Max.
Yep.
One of his favorite movies, now one of my favorite movies. But whenever I think about this one, I think about Requiem for a Dream.
Not
Have you ever seen that one?
Nope.
So it's a Darren Aronofsky film. It's about heroin addicts. It's also about just about drug use in general. Like the three characters that it follows is it Jared Leto who plays the main character?
It could be.
I think it would be back before everyone fucking hated him because he wasn't that prominent yet. If it's him, Jennifer Connelly plays his girlfriend, and then I can't remember who plays his mom. But him and his girlfriend are both addicted to heroin, and his mom is addicted to diet pills. And it is very, very melodramatic. It is a very, very over-the-top movie. It's got the very, very famous like montage sequences where it shows them, going through the process, getting high, doing the whole like close-up of the eye with the
yeah.
The bit. And it sucks. I hate that movie. It's a very well-respected, well-loved movie, but I fucking hate it because I've known actual heroin addicts.
Yeah.
It's a subject that's kind of close to me. Both me and Max had a lot of friends who, were users and ended up going through some dark stuff. And Trainspotting fucking nails it.
Yeah.
Like that entire attitude, that psychology, like they understand it. And it helped me a lot get through, that time of my life when I was dealing with that stuff with my friends.
Yeah, trying to like cope with them and trying to understand why it is that you would take this route, and you're like, oh, I kind of get it now.
Yeah, to a certain extent, you have to just understand. It's like this is a different person than what you knew. This is like they care about only one thing now.
Yeah,
and that's it. And you can't trust them anymore.
And then there's I think there's two standout crazy scenes. There's the one with the toilet.
Oh my god. Okay. Spoilers for the movie Trainspotting, but oh my god, one of the funniest scenes in all the fucking movie history is when he's trying to detox himself and he's got suppositories.
Yes, he's got heroin suppositories.
In order to
get his final high.
And he is becoming clean and his constipation is cleared up because heroin makes you constipated according to the film.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. And the only fucking toilet that he has access to is, quote, the worst toilet in all of Scotland.
Yep.
And this, oh my god, it's so gross. Oh my god, this fucking toilet, it's the grossest fucking thing.
It's literally awful. It's like, it basically looks like every American toilet.
I have never been to a public toilet that looked that bad. I have never been to a public toilet that looked
that's because
somebody
cleaned it.
And apparently in the film, they used chocolate.
Yeah.
To create that effect, and it smelled fantastic.
Yeah.
And Wayne McGregor had to act like he was absolutely fucking disgusted.
Yeah, it's such a great scene. Honestly, if you don't want to watch Trainspotting because maybe you're like a little bit triggered by, in the legitimate terms, by heroin use and and drug use and all that, which is totally valid, just watch that scene on YouTube. It's 100% worth it. And then the other standout one is when he's going through withdrawals.
Yes, that scene can be pretty triggering for people,
yes,
but
I
it
would
is
imagine.
One of the best fucking things in cinematic history.
It's so good.
It's just this amazing montage.
I also, when I looked up the film after we watched or during, I thought that the person who directed it was by the name of Frankie Boyle. I thought that was the comedian Frankie Boyle.
Oh, that's what your reaction was when it was over. I'm like, I didn't know Ryan even knew this guy. I don't even know this guy.
I thought it was the comedian, and then I looked him up more, and I was like, I am wrong.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I was like, damn, I would have been like 20 when this came out. That's crazy. And he worked with Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, Trainspotting was a good movie.
Also, it was Jared Leto in Requiem for a Dream.
Nice. Nailed it.
Oh, you had a thing you wanted to tell me about movies. We were talking right before the podcast about movies, and then I can't remember what you were saying. It was like, because you were telling me you had a...
Before we started recording right now.
Oh, it was adults. Yes. It was your way you react to adults and how they all knew movies. And
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, when I was a kid, and you'd overhear adults having conversations about stuff, there seemed to be, like, this collective knowledge that, like, all of them fucking knew, and it was all completely fucking foreign to me.
Yeah.
And, like, one of those things would just be actors.
Mm-hmm.
They just knew all these actors' names, and they could just name all these different, like, actors and directors and people associated with the film industry. And another thing is cars.
Yeah.
Like, people just know car names, car models. the different car manufacturers.
Oh, that's a Hyundai, that's a Lexus, all that stuff.
And that was like one of those things that was just completely fucking foreign to me. And the last one would be like music, like
Right.
popular music, the main musician, like popular pop stars and stuff like that. And I'd never understood how like everyone was always on these fucking wavelengths. Then I finally, figured out for movies is you actually have to fucking learn that shit.
Yep.
You just start paying attention to actors, you start like naming them and talking about it and like specifically going out of a way to use their names and then watching other movies with that actor because that actor is in it, and you just learn that stuff. And I still don't know shit about cars.
I don't know. I don't care about movies as much, so I don't know most of the actors and stuff. Like one of our both favorite people we talked about even recently was Northern Lion. I think we talked about him earlier in the episode. One of the things he does is he will talk about movies, and he'll talk about like he'll do like the movie thing. You know the dolls?
The what?
You know what Game Doll is? Guess the game? I've shown you Guess the Game before.
Maybe. I probably know what you're talking about.
They show you a screenshot of a movie, and you have to guess the movie based off that.
Oh, just from a single screenshot.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
He does stuff like that. When he like talks about like actors' names, and he'll talk about like a C tier actor, and like that was this person, and they were in like 8 different movies. I'm blown away. I have no fucking idea how you do that. I can't even do that for video games. I don't pay attention on any level to who's playing the movie. I just watch the movie.
Every once in a while. Okay, so a perfect example. I didn't know Matthew Lillard's name until we watched Without a Paddle.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's the guy who played Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movie.
That's like his most famous role. Yeah.
He's been recently come up in the news lately because he was dissed on by Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
He was mostly dissing Paul Dano for some fucking reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was like, and he just decides to take a shot at Matthew Lillard, and I'm like, okay, well, I know Matthew Lillard. He's the guy who's in the Scooby-Doo and Without a Paddle, and he is just a good actor.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with him. I don't know what the fuck is wrong
He's not
with
a controversial figure or anything, so why the fuck are you shitting on Matthew Lillard?
I think Quentin Tarantino's just weird.
I mean, everyone knew he was weird.
Yeah.
But, like, I used to like his movies, and now I'm like, I don't know, I think I'm growing out of him.
I like some. I think Django Unchained's never gonna be bad.
No, I'm always gonna love Inglourious Bastards. I
Pulp
think it's
Fiction.
his best film.
I don't know if I've seen Inglourious Bastards or
What?
No, I think I have seen it. I think that's the Nazi one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And it has the very famous. Yeah, I have 100% seen it.
Okay.
I was thinking of the. I think I was thinking of a movie that he didn't do.
Maybe.
I to be honest.
What's the movie?
I have lost it.
You've lost the movie?
I lost the movie in my head.
I'm sorry.
What's that about wish list recommendations? Let's not talk about that.
Not every one of our episodes is worth talking about.
No, not going over. Night at the Opera anniversary. Obviously, that's Alex's not podcast, his blog that he's been doing for years, and then it's like really great. We all want to talk about the anniversary of it. Let's see. Okay, we're leading the most recent era, which is the last 2 weeks.
Okay, about the Alex brought up something to me on the phone the other day, and I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, Expedition 33.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't played that?
Nope.
I haven't played that.
Nope.
Alex had never even heard of it before our episode.
That's crazy.
And it's the big Game of the Year thing that's won a bunch of awards, and it was like, okay, well, how well known is this game? So he goes around, he asks all of his friends that are gamers, and like if they had heard of it, and like only one of them had. And I'm like, okay, that's really interesting. I'm like, maybe I am a little bit, lost in the sauce, just paying attention to what the games news tells me I should pay attention to, and not what people actually care about.
Maybe.
Because here's the thing, they all knew about Silksong. Silksong didn't win all of the game awards, but like, it was the other thing that everyone is saying it was the best game of the year.
Yeah.
So why is it that, Expedition 33 gets all this lavish praise? And is it just Oscar bait, or is it just Games Awards bait, or whatever?
I think it might just be that good of a game. Because on the flip side of this, I don't pay attention to gaming news nearly as much as you do.
Yeah, that's true.
I really don't.
I actually go out of my way to look up mainstream news.
Yeah, I don't. I heard about it well before, and it is with the context that I am one of Steam's biggest. I buy almost a shitload of games every year in Steam. I think I bought 93 this year.
Wow.
Which was a reduction of 100 from last year, which was 173. Yeah, so I buy a lot of games. So that part of the context. But I also heard about it through Mike, who heard about it, and he played it, and he absolutely fucking adored it.
Yeah.
And my coworker Cassie, her husband played the crap out of it while she watched, and they had a great time, and they absolutely loved it. They praised it constantly.
I mean, it's definitely an anecdotal thing, but
Yeah.
it is like interesting because as big as it wasn't as big as Silksong.
The other thing about it is that Silksong and by extension Hollow Knight has been around for years.
Yeah,
Like
the
that.
news, the hype for Silksong has been around, whereas Expedition 33 came out of nowhere this year.
Exactly. So there's another big thing is like people will know about Silksong because they probably know about Hollow Knight because somebody's told them. Because especially when Hollow Knight came out, it wasn't like the biggest thing ever when it came out.
I mean, it was famously overlooked.
Yes,
it was a game that a bunch of people felt the need to talk about
and
because
we
not
talked
enough
about
people
that
were
too.
talking about it.
I think we talked about it on our Team Cherry episode, and we went over that, and we talked about how the word of mouth was so big. So obviously, the game with all the word of mouth, which would be Silksong in this context, will get more people knowing about it than Expedition 33. But Expedition 33 might just be like really fucking good.
I believe it is.
I mean, I haven't played it, so I couldn't say it's bad. Obviously, it just probably didn't deserve to win 9 awards. I don't know. It did. At maximum, it deserved to win 8.
I think, and as a practically Silksong hater, as I feel like it compared to everybody else, I still think Silksong probably deserves more credit.
More credit, 100%. At least, at the very minimum, it deserves like not the debut indie award we were talking about, but one of those where it won and it absolutely just shouldn't have won. Really pissed me off. And then Max, our lovely executive producer, who is no longer with Cam, but he's still our friend, he rebalanced the audio for our Halloween episode, and I reposted it the Thanksgiving week we weren't here.
And it only has one more view than the original episode that was unwatchably bad.
Hey man, maybe all those views are more people who actually watched through the whole thing.
If there's
for one,
like some of our episodes have more than 100 views, not this one, and if any of them deserve it, it's this one.
It was one of your favorite episodes. I don't know if I have a favorite episode personally, but it's definitely one of the better ones. And we had Max on, and Max is great. Gotta have Max on again. And then I said, I think in this episode that I would do a thing for Thanksgiving where I made like a little D&D thing. I have thought about that a lot because I do kind of want to do that, but I can't do it in the amount of time we have. We give ourselves about 2 hours for these, a little over. I would have to create basically like a really, really streamlined one-shot that is not fun to play. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's not worth it. Heat, the board game. We love Heat.
Yeah.
We've played the crap out of Heat. We are going to play more Heat, not this week, because this week we're going to play Inish, finally, which means I have to learn the rules, which I have to remember.
I forgot I was going to do that. I was like, I was going to go home from that episode, and I was going to get on Board Game Geek, and I was going to look up the manual for the new Inish expansion so I could learn the new Inish expansion rules, so I can get myself hyped for Inish, and I just didn't do that.
I was supposed to do a lot of stuff yet. I took a day off of work yesterday just for me, and I was like, I'm going to do all these things, and I just played Tarkov the whole day.
That's you mentally resetting yourself.
Yeah. But it was annoying because I was like, I had a day off where I didn't have to be here and do this, do movies, which is not like a negative at all. I like doing both. It's just like a time slot within the day that I have to use. And I was like, I'll use my time slot more productively. I didn't do anything.
I know that if I had a 3-day weekend, one of those days would just be a dedicated do nothing. I never use that day.
That's that's kind of this day.
Like this is stay home, masturbate, and play video games. That's all you do all day.
Best kind of day.
Best kind of day.
And then our most recent episode, oh my god, this is only 4 days ago, was our starting topic gaudy conclusions episode. This is where we talked about all the stuff that we talked about again in predictions.
So actually, because it is the end of the year, what is the favorite game? What are some of your favorite games you played this year?
Blueprints, easily. I liked the game Dungeon Clawler, which is a shit name. Because it is Dungeon Clawler, not Dungeon Clawer.
Yeah, that's awful.
Hate it. But the game is really fun. The idea is that you have a giant vending machine, and then you have weapons and defenses in there, and then you can fill that vending machine with stuff, and then you use a giant claw to get it out. It's great. I love it. It's probably underappreciated for what it is. Blueprints was like one of my favorite games this year, without question.
I was gonna say, do you have any older classic games that you played for the first time this year that you want to shout out?
What I'm trying to look up is to see if I can get my Steam recap on my phone, because that would be cool. I don't know how to do that.
While you're doing that, I mean, my favorite games this year were definitely UFO 50 and Absalom.
Yeah.
UFO 50 in particular, I got a lot of hours in. And I also don't feel like I'm even close to, getting the full experience out of that. Because there's still several games on that collection that I've barely played. Several, big, long games that, you can put hours into. Absalom, I think, was one of the most fun games I've played in a long-ass time. One of the best multiplayer experiences I've had in a long time, too. I don't even know if it's worth it without multiplayer, if I'm being honest, though.
Yeah, I mean, I played it a bit single player, and it's not really as fun. I also played it with Mike, and that was okay. I enjoy playing against Mike occasionally. Mike does get a little, what's the term? Min-maxy when you play these games, and it can feel somewhat distracting sometimes, I will not lie, but... Alright, my top 3 this year were Blue Prince, which is 9% of my total playtime, Hollow Knight Silksong, which is 7%, and then Marvel Rivals, which is 6%. Marvel Rivals was really fun when it came out. It's a hero shooter. How good a hero shooter can be is going to be up for debate. I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're great.
Oh my god, what was the name of that one?
High Guard.
High Guard, thank you.
I've been thinking about High Guard, because High Guard looks like Paladins mixed with Valorant and called an Overwatch game, and I'm thinking, do they know?
I was looking at Reddit comments, and they're like, and someone was like, "Oh my god, they paid for the final trailer slot of the ceremony. They paid for that slot." It's like, how much money went into that?
Some people are calling it Concord 2. I want to play it because I genuinely am wondering if it's a Freddy Got Fingered situation.
How do you mean by that?
Do you know about Freddy Got Fingered?
I know the movie Freddy Got Fingered.
So,
it's just a comedy film that a lot of people don't like.
Red Letter Media did an episode of their show about it.
Yeah, they like it.
Well, Mike likes it.
Yeah.
And one of the things they talk about in that episode is that Mike is convinced that it is not actually supposed to be good. It is a movie where... Because the plot of the movie is that the main character gets $1 million to do something.
Uh-huh.
And then he makes something completely terrible with it because he thinks the idea is funny. And Mike thinks that's just the movie.
I mean, it is to a certain extent.
Right? And when you look at it that lens, it improves it. I'm wondering if High Guard, much like Overwatch...
You think... Okay, so a better comparison would be like The Producers.
Sure.
Have you ever seen The Producers,
No.
or you know the premise of The Producers?
I do not.
Okay, so the premise of The Producers is a Mel Brooks film. Mel Brooks film then turned into a Mel Brooks stage musical, which has then been adapted into a film. But it's about two theater producers who find out that through whatever tax loopholes, they can actually make more money off of a failure than off of a hit show. Okay. So they set out to make the worst musical of all time, and they end up finding a script for a musical called Springtime for Hitler.
Yep.
Written by an actual Nazi.
You have told me about this, yes.
It is... Okay, the actual stage show is one of the funniest fucking things of all fucking time. It is impossible to describe just how incredibly fucking funny it is to see these big fucking, dance numbers of people dressed as Nazis.
I wonder if that movie or that stage show created the genre of stage show where, everything goes wrong. Do you know this genre?
No.
This is becoming an obsession for me, we'll say.
Okay.
There is a stage play called The Play Where Everything Goes Wrong.
Okay.
And the entire thing it's supposed to be a regular play about a murder mystery, but every time something happens, something goes wrong. So there's on the stage they have another area where there's a second floor. Mm-hmm. Where they go up and they go up outstage and they go on the elevator and they come out and they go, let's talk about this stuff, blah blah blah. The murder weapon is here. In the show, that floor falls.
The entire floor falls.
It slants down, and the dude's just barely hanging on. He's he has to continue doing his lines as if it's normal.
Oh my god, that would have been so fucking funny.
They have another one that's Peter Pan, where everything goes wrong, that I really want to see. And in that one, they have like the three beds that all the children sleep on because they're in one big triple bunk bed, and then they all fall.
It sounds like, a landmarks in theater special effects, because that's a thing,
Yes.
You have to have, like, practical effects, like the very famous thing, Spider-Man swinging, for instance, in the very famously terrible Spider-Man stage show.
Okay.
But, like, he actually does swing all over the place. Like, that's a really impressive effect that they created for the show.
Yeah.
I
was thinking of the play knife.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the shovel version.
You know what I just rewatched the other day?
Was it Twin Peaks?
It was Knives Out.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You've never seen Knives Out?
No.
Oh, man. You gotta see Knives Out, dude.
Anyway, we're talking about games.
No, we're talking about our podcast, damn it.
I was talking about the games I played this year, which would be UFO 50, a bunch of Numby's Number Factory, which I believe I mentioned.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be up there.
Yep, that's a good time.
I didn't play any Numby's Number Factory, but I did watch a lot of people playing it. No, sorry, I watched a lot of Northern Lion playing it.
I'm just looking around. There's playtests. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I would have to say, looking at all the games I played on my Steam, what is this thing called? Replay. I think it's probably going to be Blueprints. I think Blueprints might be my favorite game of this year. Okay, I'll say Blueprints is my favorite puzzler game. Peak is definitely my favorite multiplayer game, with RV There Yet being very close. Have I told you about that game?
No, tell me about it. You said it's RV?
RV There Yet.
Okay.
So RV There Yet is a video game where you have to get out of a canyon. You and your friends have gone camping.
Okay. And you have an RV.
You have an RV. You did a bunch of drinking. You came up. You woke up. Now you got to get out of the canyon. Peak is about getting on top of a mountain. RV There Yet is the same concept, but you have an RV you have to lug the whole way. So your RV has to winch on either side, and you have to get it to a point where you can get it winched on one side, winch it over a giant canyon.
So wait, can you drive the RV?
Yes. And driving the RV sucks because it is intentionally a manual transmission.
Okay. And sometimes you have to drive it, and sometimes you have to do it while your friends are pushing it and stuff.
Yep. And you have to get it over all these obstacles into a cave because the regular routes are closed. It's awesome. I love that game. I want to play it more. They just released a new update to it that added a new map, and I really want to go play that with my friends. I've barely touched the altars, but that's something that might be up there. Peglin's always kind of in my wheelhouse. I love Peglin. It's got to be Blueprints of the games I played this year. That's got to be the absolute best.
I can also think we can say that Blueprints is probably the most underrated game of the year.
100%.
Which is crazy because it's a very, very well loved and respected.
The fact that it didn't win, I think it was the game, the 8th award or the 9th award that I don't think Expedition 33 deserved. It absolutely infuriates me, and it shouldn't, because who cares about stupid awards? We're just stupid. I don't like awards.
I'm pretty sure awards only.
I don't like fucking awards. They don't matter.
Elijah, he just held up our award.
But the fact that Blueprints didn't win is infuriating to me.
I think my favorite running joke on this podcast is me explaining jokes to people who can only fucking listen to this.
I like the idea that we are developing where the entirety of our Spotify audience is now called Elijah, regardless if it's Elijah or not. All, I think 10 people occasionally will pop in. I don't even know. I think it's Eric also. He does both because he's a really good friend.
Ugh.
But that was the year.
Our year in review. Any good movies you want to shout out? Any good songs that came out this year that you think really...
I really loved the album GNX by Kendrick Lamar. It is not his best album. His best album is To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
Everyone will say that, and it's true. I also would like to shout out Good Kid, Mad City is probably so much more influential than anyone realizes. I don't know if you know anything about... How much of the Kendrick Lamar do you listen to?
I listened to...
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I apologize.
No, it's weird. Okay, so yeah, I've listened to a lot of his, past albums. I did not actually listen to his newest one.
GNX is the newest.
Yeah, I have not listened to it.
Okay, so weird.
I haven't actually listened to Kendrick Lamar after the whole
Drake and Kendrick
beef thing. Like, it was obviously really fun to pay attention to, but...
We never talk about music, so this is going to be weird. But, so I think there are three songs for Kendrick Lamar. He makes 3 songs. Exactly 3. He makes, and they can be also diagnosed within his albums.
Okay.
So, for song number 1, that is the least liked, is his Preacher songs. This is Mr. Morale, his second most recent album.
Yeah.
His Preacher songs are all of the songs where he basically is just talking to you about a social issue, and that's kind of the whole thing.
I mean, arguably, it's his most important stuff. Not his most popular.
But nobody wants to, like, listen to that or dance to that. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, good point, Kendrick. Next. So that's Mr. Morale, which is one of his least like albums, and it's got the most skips on it. Sorry. And then we've got his really, really good and popular songs.
Yeah.
That would be the album. I think it's Dare. I can't remember the name of the album. It's a 1-word album. Damn. That's his album.
Damn. Okay. Damn was a very personal album.
It was, but most of the songs on that, and his biggest song probably ever, Humble, not his biggest song ever. That's now Not Like Us.
Oh, definitely.
Humble, his previous biggest, that's on there too, and that is just like, that is a bop. That is a song that everyone loves and listens to. It's just like a really good, great song. And then there's my favorite version of Kendrick Lamar's songs, which are the ones where he's really trying to rap really good. And these are very similar and in some ways incestuous to the bops. Because the song, that's To Pimp a Butterfly, if you're wondering. Or GNX, even. GNX is all songs where he's really just trying to rap.
See, I would say To Pimp a Butterfly is a very, very preachy album. And so is Damn. Like, Damn is To Pimp a like, this is me being depressed because To Pimp a Butterfly didn't change the world.
Yeah. But, I guess it's probably GNX is the most of my... This is why it's, like, my favorite of his albums. But it has the most stuff where he's just, like, going through and making a bunch of really great and interesting lyrics and using the way he does rap, because he does a little different than everyone else. He has the weird fucking reverb stuff he does with his voice.
Because we have an episode about not podcasters, video essayists. Have you ever watched FD Signifiers videos about rap and stuff?
I've watched his Kendrick Lamar Drake video.
Have you watched his Cannabis episode?
No.
Do you know who Cannabis is?
No.
That's okay. I think it has been. I'm a white guy for our Spotify listener. Elijah, did you know I'm white? By the way,
yeah.
I don't listen to that much hip hop. I do not listen to that much rap. I do listen to some.
Elijah knows though. We've talked about it.
The thing is that like, so the way white people engage with it is very, very interesting, and like the things that white people like in rap, like
different.
Because you mentioned him trying to do the really good rapper. I'm like, are you talking about like the lyrical miracle kind of thing?
Yeah.
Because that's what white people love.
It is what white people love.
White people love when rappers like have really, really, really clever. Like that's why Eminem is like.
That's why Eminem is so big.
He's big because he's popular with white people, and he's popular with white people because he's really good at doing the thing that white people like, which is rap really, really fast and really, really complicated.
That's the thing I like the most. I'm not gonna. I am white also. Elijah.
Spotify listeners, Elijah.
I'm also white, and that's the thing that I like. I would like. I
like it too.
I could be ashamed about it, but I won't be.
So Cannabis is just a lyrical miracle rapper who was a thing before Eminem, but he's black, so nobody cares.
Maybe I'll have to listen to him.
Because to black people who do like that on occasion, but like to them it's. According to the FD Signifier video, I am summarizing a black
FD Signifier is also black. If we didn't make that clear.
This is the word. Why did we do this? We've got 20 minutes left of the episode, and I've made this as awkward as possible.
I'm not awkward. I'm having a great
Why
time.
are we even talking about music? We don't know anything about music.
Because you asked about albums, and I'm like, listen, I like Kendrick Lamar.
I also like Kendrick Lamar.
I like him. I think I like him a little more than you, probably.
I think you probably do.
He's definitely my favorite living rapper. My favorite deceased rapper is MF Doom.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fucking love Doom.
Fucking love MF Doom.
My fucking Doom. That was never his name. It's Metal Faced.
Yeah.
I really wish I loved the one time I got to interact with somebody who'd never heard of Metal Faced Doom, which is my buddy Zach, because I got to be like, you don't know MF Doom, King Ghidorah, the Mad Villain, and just go over all the titles. It was a fun time.
I remember when you first discovered MF Doom, and I'm like, yes! Giger discovered MF Doom. I knew he would love MF Doom.
I was so upset when I discovered him, because it wasn't technically me, it was Nathan, our mutual friend, who's also really into rap. He was like, you should listen to this album, because he listened to, I think it was Danger Doom, which is the album where he does the Adult Swim crossovers.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's awesome. I love that album. And he's like, you should listen to that. And I listened to the crap out of it, and I listened to a bunch of other stuff. And I was like, I love this guy. And then I was going to D&D with other friends who notably do not really listen to hip-hop nearly as much. Like, they are more, not into country, but they're more into, like, rock. And I was like, yeah, I've been listening to a lot of MF Doom. I'm really into him. And then they were like, oh, yeah, it sucks that he died. And I'm like, he fucking died? And they're like, dude, he died last year. And I'm like, he died last year?
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, a legend. That was, yeah. I don't know about any other music, though.
I'm trying to think of, like, songs that came out this year that I like. Because, so, the
I
way
can tell
I
you about a song I fucking hate.
Name it.
It didn't come out this year.
You talking about Pink Pony
I'm
Club?
talking about Pink Pony Club.
We never talked about it on the Hater episode.
Fucking... Okay. Chapel, I know you're watching. I know you're secretly a big starting topic viewer.
Don't do this.
No problem with any other song of yours, and the fact that I don't like Pink Pony Club is not your fault.
No, here's the thing, is that I liked Pink Pony Club when I first heard it. It's a good fucking song.
Unfortunately, that was 5,000 listens ago.
Well, okay, so after I left my job at the convenience store, I stopped hearing that song every goddamn day, every fucking hour of the day. So suddenly it stopped being a relevant thing to hate on.
Yeah.
Because I don't listen to the radio on my own.
Nope.
Why would I? Why would I? Why would anyone? Why would anyone subject themselves to that?
We don't even listen to it in our shop. But our shop is connected to a warehouse. And the warehouse has the radio on all the time because they just need noise to do their job.
Yeah.
Totally valid. But the problem is that the radio will play Pink Pony Club like 10 different fucking times a day, and every time I'm just like far away, I can barely hear it. I'm at my desk and I'm like, oh, it's happening again.
So, okay. It's not the song, though.
No.
It is radio. Let's complain about radio for a second.
Yeah.
When did it become so fucking bad?
Because they keep adding AI to it, Ben.
Well, no, okay, way before AI. The radio sucked long before AI. AI is like a new thing.
True.
AI is a thing that, started becoming a problem like, what, last year?
I think
Before?
2 years ago. Actually, a problem. I was gonna say it became prominent like 5 years ago, but it's becoming a problem last year.
Well, I remember learning about large learning modules back when I was in high school.
Yeah, but
and that was when there was new exciting technology. And
when I
now
say
it's just
prominent,
awful.
I mean like people started actually using ChatGPT about 5 years ago.
Yeah, okay. The thing is that like, so first of all, there are a number of radio stations. Like, there's always like here's your pop songs, here's your rock songs, here's whatever. No matter what town literally, there's always a we play everything station.
Yep, so we play everything. We play only rock. We play only country. We play whatever.
Doesn't matter what town in America you go to. You've got these stations, and they all have different names from one another, but they're all owned by the same fucking people.
Pretty much.
They're all the same thing.
It's like 4 people. 4 companies.
In our city, the We Play Everything station is called Bob.
Bob FM.
In somewhere else, it's going to be called Dan or something like that. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing. They don't actually play everything because they never play fucking hip-hop or rap.
Nope.
Never.
Weird how that works.
Weird how that works.
Unless it's Eminem.
Mostly just 80s stuff, though.
Yeah.
And like, I can remember my dad fucking complaining about the radio, just playing the same shit over and over and over and over again.
You know what? I know what it is. It's the same thing that plagues every new thing that you like. It's always, we've looked at the data, we know what you like the most.
Exactly.
Every time. And it's like, I know the data will tell you that people really like Pink Pony Club because it's a good song. But Pink Pony Club came out in like 2019, I think. It's been a while. Play some for new shit.
It was the most popular song of last year, 2024. But I only heard it this year in 2025, and I heard it about 3 billion fucking times this year. And what I don't remember hearing on the radio when I was working in that convenience store was any fucking new songs that came out in 2025.
Yeah, I have no idea what came out. One of the few music YouTubers I'll occasionally watch is Mike Snare, I believe his name is. He did a thing where he reviewed all of the albums for this year. I didn't recognize a single album cover on the entire thing, and I'm not a big music listener. Unlike most people, I don't listen to music nearly as often.
I asked you about music, and you named albums, which shocked the hell out of me because
I named albums of one rapper who I particularly really like.
Well, I can't name any albums that came out this year that I really really like. Like even Jake recommended something to me a couple of weeks ago, and I'd have to pull up Spotify. I'm not gonna do that right now.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Jake listens to a lot of music. He's a big music listener. He has I think 20,000 hours listened to music on Spotify this year.
That's a lot.
He listens to music a lot. I don't nearly as much. The only musician I have ever paid really any attention to is literally Kendrick Lamar and some other rappers.
Yeah, because he's interesting to pay attention to right now.
Yeah, especially right now with the Drake thing, and then there's the Super Bowl he was in, or whatever. I don't pay attention to musicians outside of their music either. So for me, it was obviously I'm not going to know 90% of the albums, but usually I hear about at least one or two. I didn't know about any of them.
This honestly kind of ties back into what I was saying before about the things that adults talk about that I didn't know anything about.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know so much about the world of music.
I know so little. Every time I Elijah, actual Elijah,
not just the euphemism for our Spotify listeners.
He listens to a lot of rap. He's really into it, and I will be like, "Oh yeah, I was listening to that new GNX album." He'll just tell me a fact about Kendrick Lamar that I never knew.
Mm-hmm.
That he just was on social media doing something or whatever, and I'm like, "Oh, I had literally no idea that was even happening." Happens all the fucking time because I'm just not nearly as interested in music as other people. The way I usually describe it is I listen to music like most people play video games, and the average person will play the most well-known AAA popular video game and then nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm more of a indie darling, if you'll give me the term.
Do you know the YouTuber Todd in the Shadows?
Yep, he's the other one. I listened to his one hit wonder series.
I love that series so much.
Yes, it's really fun. That's the one I learned about most of the stuff. That, and I also learned a lot about from the Lindsay Ellis video where she talked about Yoko Ono.
That is such a good video.
Yeah, I loved learning that because I was the guy. I had the Yoko Ono broke up the Beatles in my head for years.
Well, yeah, because that's just something that's repeated you your entire life.
And I never questioned her or thought about it. And then she's like, no, they just grew apart. And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense actually.
Him getting with Yoko was a part of that. It was not the cause of that. It was a symptom, not the thing. And honestly, John Lennon kind of sucks.
Yep, he's a bad father.
They all kind of suck in many different ways,
yep.
As do most famous fucking people, because people are just people.
There are very few famous people who are totally chill. We got Weird Al.
He's up there. Keanu Reeves. No one's actually said anything bad about Keanu Reeves. I didn't realize everybody loved Keanu Reeves as much as they do until Cyberpunk 2077 became a thing. Dude, when he walked out on stage and it just blew the fuck up, I was like, I knew people like Keanu Reeves, but I didn't know it was that much.
I've known because Sad Keanu has been a meme forever, and I learned more about why that is a meme. And apparently, his sister passed away while drunk driving home from a party that people were actively trying to get her to stay away from.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a whole thing, and it really got him, and the internet really felt for him at that period of time in his life, and it was a big deal at that period for him, but nobody really else. And then after that, he just kind of started doing movies again, and he did fucking John Wick, and John Wick is a fucking excellent movie.
The thing is, before John Wick, Keanu Reeves kind of had a bad reputation, as an actor, because he would just play these very, very stoic, boring characters, and he was always cast as these very stoic, boring characters.
The only other movies before John Wick I can even remember, besides, obviously, the Matrix movies, which I still have not seen, viewers.
You've never seen The Matrix?
We talked about this.
Okay.
You said you wanted me to show you the first one, and we talked about one with Alex because he said it was the funniest movie he's ever seen. Besides the Matrix, it's Speed and Constantine, and those are the only other movies I know of that he's in.
What about Bill and Ted?
And Bill and Ted, yeah. That was the other obvious one, sorry.
And see, that's the thing. Bill and Ted is the only movie I can think of where he plays a different character than what he normally does, because he plays as this dumb surfer bro kind of guy.
Yeah, and he like can't do it anymore.
He can't do it. Well, when he played that character in the Bill and Ted 3, which I actually legitimately loved.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was a fantastic legacy sequel, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But his performance was so wooden. It was like, wow, Keanu Reeves might be like the worst part about this.
Like, and it's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault.
He's just gotten older, but like, damn.
Oh, I mean, Keanu Reeves, I feel like is famous for like aging super gracefully, but he felt old in that movie, man.
Well, yeah, especially when you compared him to like being 20. Actually, that's the other thing. I hate when people say he aged gracefully, and I'm like, bro, look at Bill and Ted. Like, don't get me wrong, man looks great.
He looks amazing.
But like, look at Bill and Ted. Look at that guy and be like, that's the same dude. He aged. I'm sorry. He's not. He doesn't have the painting in his attic that people think ages for him.
Well, is that a Dorian Gray reference?
Yes.
Very literary of you.
It's a thing I've heard. Don't read into it.
So, who's the guy who played Bill? Holy shit!
I don't remember his name.
Oh no,
nobody ever does.
Okay, well that's the thing is that he's not like a famous actor like Keanu Reeves is.
No.
He hasn't done any other movies besides Bill and Ted. He's a documentarian. Like, he's made documentaries.
Oh.
But when he reprised his role for Bill and Ted 3, he's got so much more energy. He's having so much more... He feels like he's having so much more fun.
I don't think that Keanu Reeves isn't having fun. I think he's just, like,
No,
not...
I don't think he has the muscle memory in his face anymore.
Yeah.
To make those same goofy expressions he used to when he was a teenager.
I think he's just so set in that,
because he's played these super wooden stoic characters for so long, and even like John Wick, the trick is to take that character, but also like take something that he legitimately loves and is really good at, which is that target shooting.
Yeah, target shooting. I don't remember what it's actually called, but he's really really good at it.
It's specifically that type of shooting where you have to go through an area and like clear targets, and it's like not just like aiming. But
the beginning of every Call of Duty game.
Yeah, the training thing.
Yeah, that part, but he's good at it in real life.
Something I've never done. Looks legitimately fun as hell.
It does look really fun. I don't know if they use real bullets. I wonder about that, actually. They probably do, because they're America, but that's kind of neat. We should try that one time. That'd be fun.
What were we talking about?
Keanu Reeves. Talking about John Wick. Talking about movies. Talking about music. Anything else we haven't talked about? We haven't talked about board games. I was going to bring a board game, and I forgot.
I mean, we know that our favorite board game of the year has been Heat. It's not a game that came out this year, I don't think.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, the only other option I could really give would be Twilight Imperium, but we've only played it like twice, I think.
I mean, I didn't even play the new expansion with you guys.
Oh, we haven't played the new expansion.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, my God.
We still have to do that. That's the thing I have to plan, and I have not put any effort into it.
We gotta get the board game group back together, man.
We're literally this Sunday.
This Sunday, we're finally gonna play Inish.
Sunday.
Unless we end up playing Heat.
No, we're not. I don't want to play Heat.
Or Crokinole.
We could play Crokinole. I don't want to play Heat. I don't want to play Heat because if we play Heat, we're gonna get sick of it, and I want Eric to get the expansions. Plus, I have to play Heat next Sunday with Mike because I want to introduce him to the game, and he will not come to our board game group, so I have to go to his house and do it separately.
Mike, why do you do this to us?
He does what he does.
Does he listen to this podcast?
No.
So we can say what we want about
The only
Mike.
time he ever listens to this podcast is if we talk about him.
So what do we want to say about Mike in the last 5 minutes of this episode?
Pretty good guy. I guess. Technically. No, I mean, I got nothing but good things to say about Mike, really. Usually. I can also complain about him if you want.
I love you, Mike.
Yeah, Mike's great. I'm not going to tell him about any of this, because he'll just skip to the end. It's just not worth it.
I hate that he does that. Come back to movie night. Come back to board games. He never did board games, but he should start doing board games.
He doesn't like most of the games we play.
I don't like most of the games we play.
I don't like it a lot. I really didn't like Lure.
You didn't like Lure?
No, I did not like it at all.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, and then I think I said that, and then one time you're like, let's play Lure, and I'm like, fine. I guess we'll play Lure. Yeah, I don't like Lure at all. We can end now. It's probably, we can be done.
I hate how our episodes fizzle out.
I mean, what else we gotta do? You want to have a specific ending? We could come up with that.
What I've always wanted is to capture the same energy that the Venture Brothers has. You know how Venture Brothers ends every single episode?
I can't remember.
So it's always in the middle of something. Like, it always, like, something happens, and it cuts to credits, like, in the middle. and it just stops, and it's just so sudden, it's so jarring, and it's always so fucking funny. And then at the end of the credits, they always have a little after scene, and it's like, okay, this is what actually happened. Like, we're cutting ahead, we're going a little bit farther, but we're gonna do one final joke, and the energy is just perfect, and that's what I want to capture.
Okay.
But you have to script that.
I would have to come up with a thing, yeah.
And that would require effort, which after 1 year of doing this podcast, or 7 months or whatever, of our first season, it's not something I'm willing to actually do.
I mean, I could just stop recording right now. I didn't do it.
You didn't do it. That would have been a good bit.
Okay, yeah, well, we could do that, and then, I don't know. We could come up with something. I don't know.
Let's just copy the end of The Sopranos and just cut to black now.